Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's your boy Grandmastaj, and we are back. And today, okay, you've seen the title of today's video. It's been a month, okay, and I've played pretty much exclusively Nago. Yes, I've dabbled in other characters, but not on a competitive level. I've entered about 4 tournaments, and I placed first in 2 of them, and I've placed second in another, and then 30 whatever in another. I have a pretty good idea as to what the matchups are in this game for Nago. We're going to be talking about Nago's matchups. And the reason why this is important to understand is if you, becoming Nago main player yourself, if you want to play this character competitively, you want to know what matchups you kind of really need to understand in order to succeed. And I'll tell you, like, there are a lot of different changes that I thought from the beginning of the game to current day. Like, there are a lot of matchups that kind of changed in my mind over the first course of a month. So without further ado, let's begin. But of course, before we get into any of that, I gotta let y'all know, your boys gotta let y'all know, okay? I stream at twitch.tv/grandmastaj. Okay, I'm probably live right now. Probably not, I don't know. But go follow, give me a follow over there. You know what I'm saying? It's nice, it's cool, it's whatever. And of course, if you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. Let's go. And of course, what better character to start than with Mr. Soulius Badius Gaius, okay? Soul Badguy is a matchup that is really polarizing. It's like, and I'm not saying that just as like somebody who plays Nago. I'm saying that just like if you play any other character but Soul, like the Soul matchup is so annoying. It's just so annoying. They said Arxis somehow said, hey guys, let's make a character well you can make 0 mistakes. Okay, if you make 1 mistake, it's gonna hit you, put you in the corner, deal like 95% health, and then you die. Okay, like, it's just so obnoxious. But that being said, Nago actually does pretty good about against him. I would actually put him in even. Okay, and the reason why I say it's actually pretty even is that Soul has a hard time getting in on Nago. Right, Nago surprisingly has a good amount of tools to deal with Soul's nonsense, to deal with Soul's bullcrap. It's actually not that bad. If anything, I might say it's pretty bad, but for now, I'd say it's even. And the reason why is because I have hope that they're gonna nerf this character, make him worse. I have hope that they definitely just turn the dial way too hard on Soul, but once they turn it back, this matchup is actually going to be a lot better for Nago. Moving on, let's talk about Mr. Kai Kiske, Mr. Holy Boy himself. And look, my brother plays Kai Kiske. He says this matchup is like 6-4, and I gotta tell you, I kind of agree with him. This matchup sucks for Kai. Okay, no, I'm not going to say it's 6-4, but Nago does have the slight advantage in this matchup. The reason why is that Kai kind of has a hard time dealing with Nago because Kai wants to work at the same range as Nago. Kai's a very strong mid-range character, but the problem is that Nago's also a very strong mid-range character. It's not very good for your boy, okay? It's not very good for the holy boy. And like, the thing is, people might be thinking like, oh, oh yeah, he can't really throw fireballs because blah, blah, blah. Look, Nago's not a character who can just deal with fireballs easily, right? The reason why this matchup is not like super terrible for Kai is because Kai can literally jump full screen and do charged like stun edge, and Nago has to block it, which is ridiculous because like Nago's too fat to jump over it like properly without Kai like just camping and doing like 6p and knocking you back into the. It's a lot of nonsense. Kai still has a pretty okay time, but yeah, I think this is gonna be a pretty like. Yeah, this is a pretty good for Nago. May. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is actually pretty bad. Okay, this is pretty bad. Not super bad. Not BAD. Okay, this is pretty bad. And the reason why this is pretty bad is because she just bullies him. She's just such a bully. May is so annoying. Oh my gosh. May is just so annoying to deal with, man. And it's just, I think everyone kind of shares the same sentiment. Like, yeah, May is kind of super annoying to deal with. But like the fact that I cannot move like, I can't super jump out of Totsugeki spam because Nago's super jump is like, what, 10 frame startup? It's really, really tough. I have to make a guess on defense, and if I guess wrong, then I eat fat damage. Mei can whiff punish his buttons just by pressing forward S, like Totsugeki, and it's just so rough. Like, say I try to do like two heavy slash, right? And it whiffs on Mei, she gets a full punish. It's tough. It's tough. So yeah, I would say it's pretty bad, only because she bullies him. But Nago actually, like, I think Mei is my most played matchup. My training partner plays Mei, and I hate him for it. Shout out to you, Injecto. It's so freaking annoying, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I mean, Nago is a beefy boy, so that kind of carries him through. Axl Low. Axl Low. Hot take. I used to think it was here, right? I used to think this matchup's even. I kind of still think it's even. I'll be honest with you. But in reality, yes, it is pretty bad. It is pretty bad. And the reason why is that my opinions have changed thanks to a really, really godlike Axl player, Princess Slim. If you don't know Princess Slim, you know, friend of the channel, she is really, really, really disgustingly good with Axl, and that just fighting her alone made me realize, holy crap, like, this matchup is essentially Nago spends half the match trying to get in on Axl. Once he gets in, Axl dies. That's kind of how the match goes, right? Once I get in, it's curtains. Good games, GG, easy, no re, smell you later. That's kind of how it goes. But if I don't get in, oh my gosh, it's just a slog. It's just a slog of Nago full screen, and he's creeping, and he's trying to hop, and he's hopping. It's so nonsensical, man. And Axl has so many like guess for game or like good game scenarios, you know, like for example, if Nago is really low on health and Axl knocks him back full screen, that's curtains. It's curtains, because Nago cannot escape Axl's chip. It's terrible. It's terrible. Chipp Zanuff. Oh gosh, I hate Chipp so much. This one's bad. Okay, this one's bad, but it's also pretty good. But it's really bad. Okay, the reason why it's pretty bad is because okay, so here's my opinion. I think theoretically this matchup should be terrible, but in practice this matchup's actually here. Okay, I originally thought, okay, Chipp it's so horrible. It's really horrible for Nago. Honestly, I'll still keep him here because, like, he's definitely worse than the characters I'll be putting here, because Chipp, like, imagine Mei but on steroids. It's like all I'm doing is blocking for half the match, and then I touch him once and then he dies. Like, that's the matchup in a nutshell. It's so annoying. It's so tough dealing with Chipp's nonsense, and Nago can't do anything like microdash. Oh yeah, that's another reason why the Axl matchup is bad, is because Nago can't microdash or you know, dash block or whatever. Chipp is so freaking tiring. He's just so tiring, so annoying to deal with. He's the worst, man. I hate him. And then I hit him and then he dies, and I'm like, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad though. That match was like, what, 5 seconds? It's not too bad. I don't know. I think he's one of the worst. Potemkin-san. Potemkin. Okay. I think Nago has slight advantage. Reason being, Potemkin, like, has a tough time getting in on Nago's buttons. Nago's buttons just kind of smoke Potemkin. Is a very easy method of punishing his Megapistol. Like, Nago is pretty good in this matchup. Pretty good, I will say. The only thing that kind of makes it tough is, again, like, Nago can't really maneuver around Potemkin's stuff, but he doesn't really have to, right? Because, like, Potemkin can't approach him super easily, right? Like, Nago has great anti-air buttons. If Potemkin double jumps, you can just get a free, like, 2H, and Potemkin has to block it or just get smoked by it. So it's actually pretty good for Nago, I would say. Fausty boy, okay? Loust, okay? The worst character in the game. I initially thought this matchup was here, okay? I initially thought that. And the reason why I thought that is because Faust has long buttons. Faust is very campy. Faust can just throw out items and stay safe. But the more I learned and explored this matchup and really played through it and really came to discover this matchup's actually good for Nago. I know. I'd say it's pretty good for Nago. I wouldn't say it's a slight advantage. Maybe it is. No, I wouldn't say so. I think it's even. Actually, I'm kind of teetering on the edge. Okay, I'm teetering on the edge between even and slight advantage. I'll put him in even for now. I'll probably change my mind later. I changed my mind. He's in slight advantage. The reason being is because Nago, one, does way more damage than Faust. Way more. Faust has to hit him like 5, 6, 7 times, right? Nago has him, what, twice? And originally I thought like because Nago's far slash does whiff on Faust crouching, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't, right? Because if Faust wants to like be super high up in the air, jump dust, Nago's jump dust is actually super good at sniping Faust, trying to do some shenanigans up in the air. It's like, bink, okay, it's like a giant cue ball, the pool cue. And like in the corner, you get a full combo. Like they bounce off the wall, bounce back, you get a full combo. It's ridiculous. It's nice. It's great. It's good. I think it's a slight advantage. Faust can't do like round start 2P. Like Nago will just step right over that, kill him for it. It's great. It's awesome. It's sick. And Faust can't really throw items because on reaction to item throw, if you're close enough, you can either do Beyblade, you could do 5H, or you could do 2H. And Faust cannot autopilot item throw either because, yeah, and also Scalpel, you can 6P the Scalpel. You can 6P the Scalpel, you can even 6P his overhead. I just discovered today you can 6P his overhead. It's like all of Faust's long-range buttons can be 6P'd on reaction, and Faust's item throw can be punished on reaction too. So it's actually pretty bad for him. Like, Nago's a fat boy anyway. Like, he has a lot of damage. So, like, getting clipped by a couple items doesn't even matter. Just hold forward and Faust will die. Like, that's just how the matchup goes. Millia Rage, okay? I love Millia. Millia is so much fun. She's probably going to be the next character I talk about, honestly, on this channel. Millia is so much fun. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about her matchup spread. And what's her matchup spread? Ooh, I would say Millia is probably... Now, initially, I thought Millia was, like, just here. I thought Nago would just swat her out of the air. Bink, gone, okay? But she's actually a lot more annoying than that. She's actually here. I would say she's even. She's a pretty even matchup. I fought some great Millia players like Lungster X. Lungster X is the best Millia I've ever fought. And I gotta say, I definitely got lucky beating him in bracket, like both times I encountered him in bracket. Like, whoo, she is a fly. She just zooms around. It's like Chipp, but easier to manage because, like, honestly, Millia doesn't do like that much damage. Surprisingly, I think Chipp does more damage than Millia, which is kind of weird. Millia has to hit Nago more times, does not have the health to sustain a long set, and it's like the only thing she really has going for her is that Nago has a really tough time anti-airing her. But if you get a good read, or if you manage to lock her down, like, it's curtains, dude. It is actually GG. She cannot withstand Nago's stuff. She just dies. She just disintegrates. So that's all. It's a tough one because she suffocates him, but then just bink. Okay, good games. Zato won. This matchup, you know, honestly, I do need to play it more, but I think it's really bad. This is just initial thoughts, but I think initial thoughts, this matchup's really bad. This is really bad for Nago because Zato can really just kind of keep Nago where he wants him, you know? Like, it's tough for Nago to really get out without using resource. It's really tough for Nago to escape Zato's pressure because he doesn't have a double jump. He doesn't even have like a good super jump. He can't like fuzzy jump properly because a super jump has like 10 frame startup and you get caught in the 10 frame startup, which is really ridiculous and super annoying and stupid. I need to drink water because I'm getting so mad. And like Zato's shield as well, the shield is so freaking obnoxious. The shield is really annoying. It's super annoying. Anyway, the matchup's pretty terrible because Nago just can't leave. He just can't leave. He's in jail forever. For the entire matchup, he's just in jail. So that's why. Ramlethal Valentine. So Ramlethal is I would say honestly it's even. It's even. I don't think she wins this, but I also don't think Nago wins. Like, it's pretty even. Like, Nago can karate chop her swords pretty effectively. He can even karate chop through her sword throw, which is actually super nice. It's actually super nice. And again, like, his damage output, it's just good. It's just really good in this matchup. Plus, he's got a lot of health. Ram does a lot of damage, but he's got a lot of health. So it's like, it doesn't even really matter. Like, I mean, yeah, it sucks, but you can just... Like, her lack of defensive options outside of super, like, if you guess super, like, everyone's got a reversal super, right? But her lack of defensive options outside of super actually makes it very easy for Nago to lock her down and maul her. So, and once you realize you can 6P through far slash and heavy slash, it's actually becomes a very good matchup if you just get a couple good reads. Like, that's it. Leo Whitefang. Leo Whitefang. At first, I still kind of think Nago has slight advantage. My opinions of this might change later, but I have not fought enough Leos. Actually, that's not true. I fought a couple great Leos, but I have not fought people like Coach Steve or Sonic Fox yet. I really want to really form my opinion on this matchup. But I think Nago has a slight advantage because Leo kind of has a hard time getting in. Nago can, on reaction, punish Leo's heavy fireball with Beyblade, and you get a big fat counter hit, and Leo takes a lot of damage. Plus, Nago's command grab pressure makes it very hard for Leo to actually DP. Like, Leo can DP through a lot of people's nonsense, but against Nago, he can't do that on wake up. Like, if I read your DP, I'm just gonna, and I got 50 meter, I'm just gonna command grab you over and over again until you like backdash or jump, in which case I'll just punish you. So it's actually super good for Nago to deal with Leo's pressure. Plus, Nago doesn't even need to be in range of his DP in order to maintain pressure on him. Leo's annoying, yes, true, and I think that like once he gets his vortex going, like he beats everybody, but like aside from that, I think it's pretty good. Giovanna, ooh, the bad girl. I think it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough to deal with Gio. It really is. And the reason why is that Gio's step dash thing, like, gives her so much mobility. You guys don't understand how much mobility she has. It's really tough trying to play and dance around her dash 5S. Like, dash 5S is so obnoxious. It's so obnoxious. Dash far slash is so obnoxious to deal with, because typically for Nago, a lot of the reasons why he beats people is because he can 6P through their 5 slash, through their far slash. He gets 6P through Chipp's far slash, through Zato's far slash. He gets 6P through, you know, people like Kai and Soul and Ramlethal and Leo and I don't know if he 6P through Mace, but he can 6P through everyone's far slash, but he can't 6P through hers. It's tough. It's really tough. She really out here just press that joint. Oh my gosh, it's tough. But yeah, like, you can't whip buttons against her. Shoot, you can barely press buttons against her. But you know, like, once she's in, she's really in. Like, no reversal options for Nago. Boy, like, she's in, bro. So yeah, that man, it's pretty tough. Anji, okay. Ino is pretty. Okay, no, we'll go over Anji. Wait, freaking, come back. Okay, whatever. We'll go back to her later. Okay, whatever. We'll go over Anji. Anji's bad. Anji's just a bad character. It's not terrible. I say advantage, but it's really not terrible, right? Anji can play, like, if Anji parries one of Nago's heavy buttons, then as curtains, like, Nago takes mad damage. But like, Anji's damage output's not even like super serious. It's not super serious. Like, Anji's pressure is very straightforward to the point. It's like, just guess, like, is he gonna throw you, or is he gonna like, come on, like, you know, you can do like option selects against Anji's pressure. When he knocks you down, it's not scary. Nago just smokes him in ranges that Anji wants to do, like parry. Like, Nago can just command grab him or grab him or whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. Also, Nago can punish his Fujin. When Anji does Fujin into the low follow-up, which is considered the safe follow-up, like Nago can just 5p it, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad for Anji. Pretty bad. So I hope the boy gets buffs because I do like Anji. Okay, Ino. Final character, Ino. The bad chick on the block. Okay, I had to beat Diafoam in grand finals at a Panda tournament. That was pretty hype. She is, I want to say even. I want to say even. Maybe slight advantage in Nago's favor. The more I think about it, this matchup is pretty good for Nago. I wouldn't say it's crazy good, but it's pretty good for Nago. You know, I'm not going to go to any extremes. These are the extreme ends of the spectrum. And the only reason why Kai is not up here or like, you know, Faust or something is because like every character's pretty balanced. And I would even say like when it comes to bad, hold on, I do want to put an asterisk. But still playable because and I also want to put another asterisk here. Because the game's really balanced. The game's really balanced. So even though like these are on opposite ends of the spectrum, the game's pretty balanced. Back to Ino. At first I thought it was here. I thought Ino beat the fudge out of Nago, but that's not really the case. Now that I started to think about the matchup, like Ino has a hard time approaching him. Even if she approaches him, she has to hit him like 10 times. Even if she hit him 10 times, Nago only hits her like twice. You know, like her air movement options are tough against Nago. Her grounded options can be smoked by Nago with a good read. When it comes to her note, it's very difficult for her to pressure behind her note. People say like, oh, you can just /slash note. Not really. Okay, like not really. Like I'm still losing health. If you just keep doing note, like I'm just gonna keep losing health. Like that's not how it works. You know, it works like every now and again, but come on. But yeah, it's not a very nice matchup for Ino. Plus no reversal options. Like good games. Like if I get in, good games. You know, it's tough. It's really tough for her. So yeah, I think that's a good spot. And that's going to do it for my list. This is Nago's matchup chart according to what I know, what I've played. I'm pretty good with the character, okay? Semi-pro, as you know. And like, yeah, again, don't take this as like you have to beat every one of these characters. You have to always beat Anji. You have to always be like lose to these guys. It's not, don't take this as an excuse, okay? Because at the end of the day, I feel like if you run your game plan, Nago can beat anybody. And that goes for any character in the game. Any character in the game can beat anybody. The game's very balanced, okay? It's very balanced. Yes, you can even beat Axl. You can even beat Axl, okay? Remember, I love you. I believe in you, all right? What? Take it down. Take it down a notch, okay? Take it down a notch. Once more, your boy streams at twitch.tv/GrandmastajJ. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing to the channel. I got more incoming. All right? I love y'all. Take care. Enjoy the game. Peace.